Jay, how tired were you at the end of that game?
I was really tired. That was a tough game, and I think we was down 12 with 3 minutes to go, and it kind of seemed like the game might have got away from us, and it took everything, clutch steals, rebounds, stops, baskets from everybody, everything that we had to go the right way and to give ourselves a chance. And then when we gave ourselves a chance in overtime, made the most out of it.
Joe kind of took a bit of a risk when he kept you guys in the game last game, even though it was a blowout. He wanted you guys to kind of get that good experience together. And then tonight, they had that huge run, and you guys managed to come back. I mean, how much do you feel like that moment helped you guys, and like him not calling a timeout tonight helped you guys find it out there?
Yeah, there's certain lessons that we can learn throughout games like that, and Joe tells us all the time he's not going to save us. Especially in the course of a game where we're not playing the way that we should be. A lot of times he tells us, figure it out, and he challenges us. That's what he did tonight. Even before the game, the way how he talked to us to start. Myself, JB, Smart. He challenged us that just the way that we've been playing. Not going to cut it, and that regardless of the outcome tonight, that we had to play better on both sides of the ball. And, we took that to heart.
Jalen said that Joe told you guys to get your shit together before the game. He said that he was paraphrasing technically, but what did you take away from that?
That's exactly what he said. He pointed me out. Basically told me that it starts with me. Last game I played like shit, and he basically he told me that, and told me that the way I play, the rest of the guys gonna follow. And he went down the line, went down to JB, went down to Smart. Said it was our responsibility, and that if we want to be champions, if we want to get to that point, that it's a responsibility each and every night, and that nobody's going to take it easy on us. And people watch games and know that we got the best record. Golden State knew that, and they're a prideful team. Clippers knew that, prideful team. And tonight, it's going to be tough every night, and we just got to remind ourselves that every time we get on the floor.
Flying home now, 4-2 on the trip rather than 3-3. Hard to say it's a huge win, but how significant, to avoid a 3-game skid and to fly this, back home on a win.
Yeah, especially if we would have lost that game, that would have been tough. Just the way the game was going, how well we were playing, and then I don't know the exact numbers, but we scored like 4 points in 10 minutes, and that would have been a tough one, especially lose 3 in a row and to lose tonight. But 4-2, obviously, we'll take it. Successful road trip, some things that we got to work on, but I think everybody ready to go back home.
Jayson, can you talk about the shot you hit over LeBron to send the game to overtime? Did you know, what you wanted to do in the spot you wanted to get to create that space?
Yeah, AD missed 2 free throws, got the rebound, and we had time, and it was better for us to push it, not allow them to call it, for us to call a timeout to set up their defense. So, push the ball, and for me, find an opportunity, find space, and just get to my spot. And that's what I did. Try not to settle. Something I work on all the time. Get to the mid-range. Game on the line, and shot I'm very comfortable with.
You've been in the league for a while now, but still, is there still that thing that goes in your head that I just did that over LeBron James?
Yeah. I mean, I was sitting on the bench when he got that first fast break, and Tomahawk dunked it, and I remember I tapped Luke, I think, and I was like, that shit was incredible. Because he's about to be 38. And as much credit as he gets, he probably still don't get enough. But, somebody I'm close with, got a great relationship with. And, I'm honored I get a chance to compete against, one of the best players of all time. And, the way you show respect is going at somebody. And that's how you do it.
It's still Lakers Celtics, even though they're down this year, but you scored 44 in a win. How significant, big deal for you to come out here and have a game like that?
Yeah, it was just more so about responding, losing 2 in a row. and we just had to remind ourselves before the game that we got to get back to having fun. These last 2 games, I feel like we put too much pressure on ourselves to be perfect. We were too tense, and if you watch the last 2 games before tonight, we didn't have fun. Fun competing, playing well with each other on both ends, and that was the message. Get our shit together and have some fun playing basketball, and that's what we did. We had fun figuring it out and coming up with a win.
Jayson, you said Joe was going to challenge you by letting you guys get yourself out of that rut where they went up 18-0 run. How did you guys get yourself out of the run? And are you accustomed to the fact now that maybe with previous coaches you would look back to the bench and wait for the timeout? Now it's probably not going to come.
Yeah, it's more of a surprise, if you do call a timeout. Especially 28 games in or so. We're used to it. Most, like you said, most coaches 6-8-0 run, call a timeout, but Joe wants us to figure it out, and I think in the long run that's going to help us once we get in those moments later, in the season, the playoffs, and things like that.
You so had this game, it seemed under control, you're up 20 and pretty much coasting, and then next thing you know, you're down 13 in crunch time. What were you thinking at that point? Like, how did you get there?
Yeah, 20-point leads are never safe anymore. How fast guys play, how well guys shoot the ball. And, we didn't take great shots. We was turning the ball over. And, when they get out in transition, they could play with anybody. Playing transition, shots start going down, you just start feeling better about yourselves. And then we had ourselves a ball game. But, the reality was still 6 minutes left. It was 3 minutes left. That's a lot of time in basketball. Get a good shot, get a steal, keep getting stops. The momentum, you could feel it started to come back towards our way.
Defensively, were you asking for LeBron? Were you asking for AD, especially toward the end of that game and into overtime?
Yeah, that was my matchup, to start the game was being on Bron. And, just trying to make a play. That's a big game like that, game on the line, still follow the game plan. We were switching 1 through 5 at the end, but, free throws coming out of timeout, I definitely said, I got him.
You've done a lot like big plays, but being able to do that here, like in Los Angeles, do you feel any special atmosphere here? Like consider the history between those 2 cities. Like in the first half, you tried a huge dunk, you almost get it.
Yeah, we only get to come out here once, sometimes twice a year. But this is a special building to me. How much I was a Lakers and Kobe fan growing up. I dreamed about the opportunity to, walk the same hallway as him and play on the same court. So, I still feel like that 19-year-old kid walking in here, just, getting a chance to play where, my favorite player, left his mark.
Thank you, Jayson.